this. And we are live. Sweet. Cool. Cool. Hello. Hello.
Hey.
Oh,
To the second wine time photo rave. Yay.
Here we go.
number 2. Nice.
I'm Amalama and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Mr. Slivin.
Yep. Hey guys.
Hey.
What's up?
Howdy.
Hello.
Wow, that's a lot of Mr. Slivins. Usually we just have one.
Lots of different voices too. You're really
Right.
pretty good at that.
I'm just going to introduce our guests quickly. So we have Hedda, or at Virtual Hedda. Is she on Twitter?
Yes.
Say hello.
I did.
Hello. And she's mostly known for her very big love for Lara Croft and Tomb Raider, and her beautiful pictures from it.
I second that.
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely.
But also, she does a lot of background work for the community, like on TCC, so the Captured Collective, and the Featured
Which was
Collective,
awesome.
and VP Challenges, and probably doesn't have any free time anymore at all. So
Right,
we're
right.
extremely lucky to have her here with us today.
And I have a sharing party to do because I'm a bit late.
Oh, it's fine. It's going to be good. Then on my list, the next I have Mojo Gamer, but sadly he's not here yet. I don't know if you got the times mixed up. We're just going to hope in that he'll pop in at some point in the show.
Yep. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. The next one is Reliant Eggs.
Hello. Pleasure being here today.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm just gonna call you Eggs.
That's fine.
I don't know if it's Reliant.
As long as you don't, it is Reliant. As long as you don't call me Reliant, it is a very, very common misconception. It is Reliant, even though it's spelled incorrectly. That was on purpose.
Oh, good. I was very close to doing that actually. But
No,
I can say I'm not a native English speaker, so that's
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I actually have the same username as my PSN, and so tons of people online, they call me Reliant Eggs, and so I just say, oh, it's Reliant. I know it's confusing, but yeah. So. So that's a little trivia for you.
Yeah. And he's mostly known for or I would say it's for dampened colors, which I just absolutely adore, and very very good compositioning. Like you do a lot of shots that people don't usually think of. That's what comes to my mind if I think of your shots.
I appreciate it. I thought you were just gonna say Spidey photos because that
yeah,
would be
that as well.
But yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
But the Spidey photos all have some sort of these dampened matte colors. I really like that.
Cool, thank you.
And you just been on a break, right? You just came back.
Yeah, so yeah, I took a longer VP break. It was a really long break. It was about a month. Actually, it was about 2 months actually. And the reason for that is because Last of Us 2 came out, and I really like to take myself out of the equation when it comes to spoilers. I'm very invested in stories, and especially since I played the first game, I didn't want anything spoiler related. So I cut myself off from Twitter, and it took me a lot longer to play the game than I thought it would. But I eventually got through it, and so I'm back. Feels good, and yeah, there we go.
And right in time, perfect.
I know. Yeah, it was funny because I came back and I saw you guys had already had like a first theme and everything. I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. I'm so sad I was gone, but I'm really glad to be here and that I was able to submit it in time. So yeah.
Sweet. Sweet, sweet. And our last on live guest is Kat or Marika Mew on Twitter. Mew.
Yeah, that's a common joke among my friends and family because I'm cat. Everybody turns to pronounce me as a cat, like the meow cat. So yeah.
Nice.
Love it.
Nice. And she also does. You have streaming experience, right? You do some Twitch
Yeah.
streams.
Yeah, but it's mostly MMO that I'm playing. I'm trying to sometimes from time to time to book other game and see what I can stream. But for me, it's like, yeah, I'm starting the game. I start to stream it, and then I find the photo mode and I'll play this game by myself because I need time. Because it's like, this scene, no, oh my god, this light, I need to take it.
That's great.
And you play a bunch of different games. Like you're all over the place with your photos.
Yeah. I mean, I really, really want to be like people for example, Yuri or Rosa that love one game and taking a lot of pictures of one game. But I have multiple crush on different game and I can choose any.
I can very much relate to that. Very much.
It gives you a lot of variety.
Yeah, I never play less than 2 games at the same time, I think.
Yeah. That's the same issue for me because I'm starting one game and then something popping up and you're like, no, I'm not booking it. I'll not. Okay, I'll play 2 games at the same time.
I'm pretty OCD when it comes to stuff like that. So I literally have to play one game and I have to finish it completely. And then I have to play the next game. Unless it's like total trash and I just can't do it. It's like some kind of weird OCD thing for me though. So more power to you because I would love to do that. My brain just won't let me.
It's not always a good thing.
Yeah, I can play maybe 2 games at the most at a time because just the frustration with the controller is like, oh my god, what is happening? Okay.
And we will also show art from Compute Art and Patman Parkour, which sadly can't be here. We are very, very sad that both can't be here. Compute Art, I think, is on a different time zone.
You can't see it, but I'm showing it too.
Yeah.
No. I just checked maybe last week, I think, and it's French.
Oh.
So it's the same.
Well, maybe he's at work too, because I know Pat is at work.
No, everything is closed now. It's 10 p.m., so everything is closed.
Oh.
Maybe
so what's his
he works in a bar?
Yes, I don't know.
Or in a hospital?
Maybe.
Or as taxi driver?
Maybe.
Are taxi drivers still a thing?
Yes.
Is there no Uber? Did Uber not take over?
Uber actually has problems in Europe. They kind of had,
kidding.
I don't know what problems, but they had problems.
Oh wow.
Like you need a license to transport people and something like that.
Oh, okay. The more you know.
Oh, like a special license?
We have
like a taxi license or something?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So you kind of need to show that you can transport people safely.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's the Wild West here.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm not sure.
I don't know who you're going to get here.
Right, you never know what you're going to get in your driver. God. Well, you may get a bottle of water, which would be nice, but
yeah,
you may get a crazy dude too.
Yeah.
Shall we get started?
Well, let's go.
Sounds good.
About time.
I'm on board.
Okay. Oh, and we're going to start off with Kat.
Oh, wait. Someone just popped in.
Oh.
Matt.
Hello. Oh wait, the microphone's connected. Hello.
Just in time too.
Hello.
Hello. Awesome.
Oh, hi everyone.
Hey, you.
Sweet to have you. So
Happy I could join.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry I got the times all mixed up. I thought it was Central Time, American time, so I was like, oh, I have all day to prepare.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if it was, I think it's CEST.
Yep.
But
Right.
Yes.
but yeah, I almost thought it was CST as well. So
Yep. But
yeah.
I'm taking my lunch break now, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I told you he would just be fashionably late.
Yeah, of course. I totally planned that.
Yeah, but, well, don't worry. The S is gonna be cast out in for next month, because then we won't have summertime anymore. It's just gonna be CET.
Makes it easier.
I didn't think of that. Well, good to know. Well, for those people watching the stream, Mojo Gamer just joined us,
Hello. Hi everyone.
and we're lucky to have you. And you're pretty new to VP, right? Or new to Twitter at least, relatively.
Yeah, I think I started around July whenever Ghost of Tsushima came out. That game
nice.
that game's what really got me into photo mode, and just playing with all the settings in that game was awesome. And I was like, I needed a place to share all these screenshots that I was taking, so I just made a Twitter account a couple months ago.
Nice.
So cool.
And now you're
Nice.
here. Cool.
Now I'm here. Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Very mixed today. That's very cool.
Was that your first photo mode? Was Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah, that's the first game that I really dove into it on. And it makes me sad because I've played a bunch of other games like Horizon Zero Dawn and Spider-Man, but I didn't get into photo mode when I played them. So
Sure.
Eventually I'm gonna have to go back and play all those again.
Yeah. Well, now they're at your disposal.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, I don't think I knew Tomb Raider had a photo mode till Hedda said something. I was like, wait, what? What?
Which one?
Wait, how did I miss that?
Actually, they don't. You have only one.
Just a
Only one.
shadow, yeah.
Yes, just a shadow.
Well, the photo mode for Tomb Raider just came in on like the third game, and so like the other two games, it
No.
didn't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was
You
it's
can
the one
still
that
promote it.
had the llama. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize it had a photo mode. I just went through and played the game.
Wow, what kind of VP are you?
I know, right? I tried to think myself. Yeah, it wasn't until
You didn't even pause the game to see.
Right. Well, someone showed themselves petting a llama. I'm like, oh, how'd you do that? It's like the photo mode, duh. I'm like, okay, Sparky, just keep it down. You know.
That's funny.
Speaking about photo mode, it was pretty funny when Doom Eternal was released, and one of my friends was like, will you be playing this game? I'm like, no, because I'm not really fond to Doom. And he's like, wait, but it has photo mode. I was like, and then I see that Skull is posting like, yeah, there's photo mode, and we probably will do some camera tweaks, and there is my screenshots, and I was like, oh, but Doom, I'm not playing this game. So yeah, sometimes it happens like that.
Yeah.
All right. So Mojo just joined us right in time because we're going to start the show with our first picture, and it's cats.
Yeah.
And it is
beautiful.
Gorgeous. Like
it
it's
really
just
is.
gorgeous.
Beautiful.
And if you think about the theme we had, distance, I just love that it's kind of contrasty. Because usually if you take pictures, what you usually do is you have the front as clear and the back is usually blurred. But this one is just turned around and the back is in focus and the front is completely blurred. And the soft colors, I just, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. I love this palette.
Thank you. Well, The little background story of this picture was I was messing with reshades, and when I take some other screens, I usually tend to not have unfocused pictures or not the blurry pictures or something. Yes, I'm playing with the front plan, the second plan, the background plans. Yes, it is. I really like it, at least in real life photography, and I'm trying to implement that into virtual photography as well. But I was messing up with reshade badly, and I was like, oh my god, these colors look so much like watercolor. So I need to tweak a bit my camera settings, and it'll be look like one of one of the painters that I really like. And yeah, I was just taking some pictures around like this one or one that I posted, and yeah, so it was totally not planned, because before for a distance I took the normal straight plain picture, like without everything. But I really like this one because it's even not like looking like a screenshot, it's more like a painting for me.
Right. It's more like a painting. And you said it's inspired by your favorite painter. Who's that?
I really like impressionists, so it's like a mix of them.
Oh, okay, I see.
Plus lately I really inspired or really like the guy from Japan. You probably see him on Twitter. His name Pastel or Pastrol.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sorry for butchering. I'm really sorry, but I really like his unfocused picture. And as I said, I also was inspired by um, is he founder or not? It will be question for Hedda, because they friends, I think, by Matthew. Uh, by his black and white unfocused pictures also. So it's like 1+1 plus watercolor plus painting. So voila, we have this.
Perfect. The perfect mixture.
Yes.
And the frame around it, that's reshade, right? That's like a reshade filter.
Yes. It's reshade filter. It's a magic board. And as I also said, I a bit obsessed with it now.
Did you use the in-game filter at all for it, or was it all reshade?
I think that was no, it wasn't. It was neutral colors and reshade only. So I probably used like Technicolor or something like that.
And what's it called? Depth of field as well, or was that in-game?
Yes. No. I mean, depth of field was for both in game in reshade as well, because
Wow.
I'm using this both. But I actually don't remember what setting it was, because it's like I was really tweaking my reshade to try to get something.
Right. What's
So
I
your?
really like how everything's out of focus. Sorry, I didn't mean to chime in.
No, just chime in. That's what we're here for.
Beautiful. I just love how everything's just kind of like out of focus, and it's like blurry, and it's like mysterious, and you don't really know like what's out there. So it kind of just leaves that open-ended question of what is beyond.
Yeah, so basically it's a distance, so because he doesn't know what will be there.
Exactly.
Because it's far.
Yeah, you can't see in the distance. Like I wouldn't be able to pick where you took that photo. Like in all of the Horizon Zero Dawn, I couldn't say, okay, this is the spot or down is the spot. It could be anywhere basically. Well, not anywhere because there's snow area as well, but yeah, it's mysterious.
Yeah, I also really love how there's like that little formation that's closest to the camera. There's like this dip like in the middle of it, and it perfectly like frames that tree in the background.
Exactly.
And so I think that's really cool. Like, what would we wouldn't see everything if that little dip wasn't there. So, I mean, yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
And
it's a great composition.
Sorry. It's also like
No, go ahead.
that's where your eye is drawn, like to that little dip, to that tree, and it's a point of rest for your eye.
Mm-hmm.
Very well done.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love the tones and the colors, especially the four colors, the purples and the pinks and that little gold on the left.
Well, for gold on the left, I'm also tending to bring a lot of lights in my pictures, like for photos or for virtual photography. It's like, I will not be saying that it's my style, but it's what I like.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful, and it's a nice little enhancement with all the pinks and purples and then subtle colors, shades and stuff in the background.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Oh.
So lovely. I love it.
Thank you.
All right. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Cool. The next one's from Compute Art, and it's from Mirror's Edge Catalyst. And it was also done on PC, as far as I know, with photo tools. Well,
Yeah,
he can't be here, but he sent us some very detailed and very good thoughts he had for this photo.
Can I just say I'm really mad how Mirror's Edge is only available as a photo mode on PC?
Yeah, you can say that. We can all say that.
Okay, great. Because I was really excited because I saw a whole bunch of pictures of Mirror's Edge and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to play it. So I played it on my PlayStation and there's no photo mode. I was really bummed out. But
the actual
it's so
thing,
hard on the PlayStation.
Yeah, I know.
In Mirror Edge, that there is no photo mode. I remember when I was replaying the game, I was using Ansel for pictures mostly.
Yeah.
And now I know that there is some camera tweaks for it, and it's really handy. And yes, getting photo mode in game like this, it's really nice.
Yeah, I purchased it too because I saw the photos. I was like, oh my God, I can't wait. Because I remember when the game first came out and I was like, it was so gorgeous. And then I'm like, oh, okay. No, okay.
I never made it past the tutorial.
It's pretty. I didn't. I was like, I might have played like about 3 minutes. I was like, nope, I'm done.
Oh man.
Same.
It's so hard. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So y'all were strictly there for the photo mode. And
no. I just couldn't do it. Like I never made it past the tutorial. I always fell down the roof or something like that. I just couldn't use the controls.
It is really difficult. I did play the first one, and so that's so I was a little bit used to the controls.
Yeah.
And so the second one, it's really good. It's a really good game.
I was 100% photo mode. I was like,
okay,
I was a bit pissed by second game because I was waiting for like a continuation of the story of the first game, and what we have basically redone of first game.
Right.
It was not disappointed, but I was a bit pissed because yes, I was waiting for something else, but still game really amazing. The colors, the atmosphere. You need to try to play it just for visuals, let's say that.
I agree. I agree with that. I feel like Compute Art did a real good job of capturing that as well.
Yeah, I believe so too. This is one I chose. I just love the color palette and I love the simplicity of the design. I'll talk a little bit about like what I like about it, and then I'm gonna kind of go over his thoughts on what he was thinking when he took the photo. But I love the imbalance of the piece. And the fact that as soon as I see it, I think of distance and different concepts. As far as one, I understand the game, which I think is sort of adds another layer of meaning to it. But I love the fact that you have this, very sort of broad hallway that goes from white to black. And it's just such a rich sort of contrast. And then you have this sort of small figure in there. And then you have the bigger issues of what's going on in the city on the right side. It's just a really simple, beautiful composition that works really well. And as soon as I see it, it even has sort of like a calming feeling to me. So I just really love that. And so I'm just going to kind of paraphrase his comments a little bit here. He's extremely satisfied how it turned out, which I can see why, because it's really a spectacular shot. And he leans toward, he has a tendency to do panoramic shots. So, which he's able to pull off really well. I find panoramic shots really difficult to do. That, especially on a console, I guess it's not really sort of, consoles typically aren't good for that anyway. But I'll read a little bit too here, what he says. He's sitting here saying that what triggers his shot was the black and white of those moving panels, which carry interest on their own, and they do. It has a nice graphic feel to that, and with her running, so you have this like beautiful sort of human organic shape among these panels, and that's what he wanted to do, is to have that sort of visual contrast. And then he was also thinking about the theme and how it can have multiple meanings, which is, again, when we come up with these themes, we kind of try to do that, is to see like what could be distance to me may not be distance to you, or could it have like more than one meaning. And so that really spoke to him. And so I love this sort of phrase here. He goes, "We see Faith far from this oppressive city, its cyclopean buildings and its caste system. She is distant with this system, free above the city. But there's something else. The pathway with panels kind of look like an eye with a deformation of the objective. Is it looking over the city, or is it watching Faith?" I mean, like, I got chill bumps on my arms, because I'm
just going to snap for that. That was so
I'm
poetic.
like, we all need to snap
you
for
could
that,
print that on it.
Yeah, because I mean, look, when we can sit there and look at this as like, oh, look, I play video games. But when we really delve into it and we start taking these photos, we know it becomes something deeper than that, right?
Yep.
Even if we're unable to verbalize it, we know it's somehow speaking to our soul. And what he just wrote was, holy crap, just moving, just so moved me. So and then he puts, "So yeah, we can say the theme pushed me beyond just a cool looking pathway." So that just really,
and that just warms my heart. Like, that is
right,
what we want to have.
Yeah. So as an artist and as someone who teaches art, that always is such a turn on for me, just to like hear people say stuff like that. And so he had played, this was like his third playthrough of the game. So he knew, like, he could kind of plan, like, this is what I want to do. He enjoyed the game. He says he really enjoys the art style, which is what drove me to get the game too, because I love that sort of graphic look of the city and the contrast between, a lively city and sort of like these sort of coldish like buildings. And then he goes, he loves the art style. He loves the gameplay is really fun and unique. The soundtrack is cool. And he's very sad that the IP is dead for now. So, but he does encourage people to try the game out, and confirms that only the PC with Ansel camera tools is a way to somehow capture those moments. But he says it's beautiful, flashy, pastel, great cityscape, great architecture, and it's a great reflection for the pre-RTX era game. So yeah, so it was just amazing feedback, and I loved it because all the things that he writes about, which I didn't realize because we asked people to write about it after the fact, is the same exact, it's synced with what I saw when I picked it. So I was just really stoked about that.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
Well, for me, when I originally saw the collage that you guys put together on Twitter, I I thought that the little city on the right was a separate picture.
Yes.
Same.
and so I thought, wow, that's a really cool panorama. And then I look over and I was like, oh, that's a really cool city. And then I only saw like the certain number of pictures versus how many people submitted. I was like, that doesn't add up. And so I zoomed in and I noticed that the city was actually part of the panorama. I was like, oh wow. So I just thought that was really cool, especially for like the distance thing, that it's not necessarily part of like where she is right now, but it's like kind of where she's headed to. So
Right.
I mean, I thought that was I thought like the intention to keep the city like on the side like that, I feel like was really cool, and I really commend him for that.
Yeah, well, it's a really interesting way of like looking at sort of things instead of sometimes like we're like, okay, so here's action, I'm going to take a shot of action, and then sometimes with some of these games, there's this sort of vertical horizon that gives you an image, especially like Division does it a lot, right? Like you could sit there and look at a corner and it maybe has artwork on it, and then you look beyond that corner and it's architecture.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I'm looking at the corner and maybe I'm looking at that action, but if I look at the whole picture, I can get almost two different images that still that contrast each other, but yet also creates a distance, which is just really fun. And that's what I really liked about this was, oh, that's badass. Like
yeah,
I love that. He's gotten that building, and then and yet at the same time you have this new horizon that's off to the right that sort of lets your eye go back into the city. So it's just like, okay, that's really cool. Yeah. So I thought that was nice. So we can move on unless someone has anything else to say about it. I just smashing. I love it. Great work.
Great work. Yeah. All right. Cool. Next up is Hedda with a photo from Spider-Man. And
beautiful.
I picked this because when you think about distance, and also last time when we said the next theme is going to be distance, that people said, oh, there's a good photo mode, we can do that. And usually people tend to use photo modes that have a large range, so they can pull back and have like a lot of distance in the picture. But this one does exactly the opposite. It goes very close to the character and actually is right at him and very not distant from the character, but you still have that feeling of distance because he looks into the distance. You don't know where he's looking at. And also, funny enough, with the TCC theme this week being rule of third, that's kind of almost perfectly rule of third because he's offset to the left, so he can look into the right, into the picture, and you kind of follow his gaze into the distance and kind of think, oh, what he's wondering about, where he's looking at, and that's just wonderful. It has like this message behind it. I hope, well, that's the message I got. I don't know what you were thinking when you took it, Hedda.
I'm sorry, I have my cheek all burn. Actually, this one is the third part of a really long time ago, years and years ago. I used to watch this show, which was Roswell, and during the second season, you have this wonderful poem by Robert Frost, which I think is a British poetry. And the French version is slightly different from the original version. And you have this verse, which is 4 lines. So it's all about distance. So I wanted to create something regarding distance with that poem. So this Peter shot is actually the third part of that sentence. So you have I don't. So the poem is: the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So in French, you have the third one, which is before I sleep, and the fourth one is and miles to go. So for the Peter one, which is the third, so it's the before I sleep. And for this one, I wanted to create like a sunset effect. This shot is slightly edited with the Photoshop. I added the lens flare, and I changed a bit the color to bring the some kind of vignette, because I didn't put it. I don't think in the original shot you have the black around.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember because I had to do it again and add the lens flare. So it's like the before I sleep, I have promises to keep, and I I I really liked that light on his back. I love the backs. I don't know why, but I love characters' backs, and I really liked the light before his back because everything he has to think about is behind him, and he has to I don't know how to to say exactly, because like you said, you have sometimes an image and you have to speak about it, but you don't find the words. And I really wanted to because the light is slightly behind him, and I don't know. I think you got the real good message.
Oh, that's at least that's good. That's good. So I think what you're trying to say is in relation to the poem, what was is behind him, and what comes is kind of in front of him. That's the distance he still needs to go with the fourth line of the poem.
Yes.
If I got you right.
I'm sorry, what?
Like the fourth line was miles to go.
Before I sleep, yes.
Yeah.
And in French, yes, it's
So
miles
like
to go.
the front is the miles he still has to go, and the back is what has been.
Yes.
That's just
so awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love that. That's perfect.
That's a whole
Mhm.
And I love
backstory
the
behind
light
it.
on his back. I think that's just beautiful. And it goes really well with the storyline too, obviously.
I thought it was really interesting how you added the lens flare, because that was one of my favorite things of this photo, is that little lens flare, and I feel like it added so much, like
You have them in
visually.
the four pictures. It's the common, it's like the common the silver lining in
Right.
the fourth picture. So you have four lens flare, two blue and two yellows.
Wow. Yeah, I love that.
Beautiful.
But before I wanted to say a little bit more about this photo, but I just noticed that the name at the bottom, it says Spider-Man without the hyphen, and I'm highly offended by that. And so I think we might need to reevaluate that on the next stream.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That was completely
On purpose. She
can
did it on
I
purpose.
say
'cause
it's on purpose?
She wanted to poke you. She wanted to see
Yeah.
if you'd pick it up.
Well, she poked me real hard. I'll say that. I have a bruise.
Man, I checked every game how it's written, but I didn't check Spider-Man because I thought, well, it's Spider-Man. What can go wrong?
She's testing the spider nerds in the group.
Yeah. I just thought it was funny because like in this game, he talks to like one of the villains, Kingpin. He's like, make sure you include the hyphen in Spider-Man. It's very important.
No way.
So I just yeah, for real. And so
That's funny.
I thought it was really funny that you
Actually,
decided
not
to leave it
your
out.
face, but I couldn't say it because I was like, you're not a nerd. You can't say it.
I
I'm a nerd.
openly
I'm a nerd.
acknowledge
I'm
I am
100%.
not a Marvel nerd. No, I basically know nothing about comics.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I just wanted to point that out to you and just poke some fun. I thought that was really funny. But I do want to say though, I really love how you used Peter instead of just a regular, just
I'm sorry,
any
I
of
didn't
the other
understand.
costumes. And I
I'm
know
sorry.
I know
I'm gonna
exactly
check
how you did
everything.
this, and where it was taken. But
Right? Okay. But yeah, that was my biggest question. Was like, wait, Peter's outside the game? Like every time I've seen Peter, he's been in a room.
right.
Do you know that I wanted to play this game because I wanted that shot.
Oh, no kidding.
I
Oh.
wanted that shot. I wanted that one. And I've waiting for so long. And I was like, Peter, tell me, when can I have this? And he told me, no, it's a side mission. It's a side mission. It's near the end. I was like,
Oh my
when?
god, are
Man,
you
he's
serious?
mean.
It's like some sort of side mission because it's been
It's
driving me nuts. I'm like,
well,
why is this guy never
The DLC,
outside?
actually.
yeah,
It's the
it's a
DLC.
DLC.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so yeah, there's one section where Peter's just kind of walking around, and you can't really do anything with him because he's like, he can't reveal his identity, so he's just kind of walking
Right.
around. And then there's a section where he can like, and it's in this very small part of the city, but he's able to like climb the walls, and he can do a lot of his abilities, but it's only in a very specific location. And there's really not a whole much you can do, but you can move around as Peter with all the
You go
Spider-Man
up on
abilities.
that roof.
Well, and that's what got me about Miles. Like I was so excited to be Miles, and I'm like, oh look, he's walking around the city, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna run him all over the city, and then it's like denied. I'm like, wait, I can't run him all over the city, and it's like every time you try, like there's no, it's like no,
You can't have him reveal his secret identity. I mean, that's just against everything
I
Spider-Man
Yes,
stands for.
but man, I'm just like, I just want him to run around like a normal human being. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's a beautiful shot. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm actually really jealous that because I've tried to take
Come on.
some no, for real. I tried to take a lot of Peter pictures, and so every time I tried to take Peter pictures, they just didn't hold the same feeling as it did for like when he was in his suits for my pictures. But I really love this shot with Peter. And I just want, I really like also how everything else is blurred out, and so like again, like he's the distance is, the future is like kind of unknown. You got the verse was miles to go. Was that the one for this picture?
Yeah, miles to go before I sleep.
To go.
I mean, yeah, I feel like that captures it perfectly.
It really does, and especially with what he goes through in the game, it's like really perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you had the poem, and then you decided to make pictures after reading
Actually,
that poem.
this one is an odd one. Maybe it's not. I don't remember when, but I was like, maybe I took something, and then I go through my photos, and then I came to this one, but it was very late because I worked on two part of the poem, two shots really, and I wanted to have the four main games I used to capture. So you have The Last of Us, you have Horizon, and Spider-Man, and Rise of the Tomb Raider. So I have my four main games, and so yes, I go through that folder to find one because I didn't have much time.
Sure.
So yeah, I cheated. I only worked on two, and the other two are other ones.
Oh, it's not
I'm
cheating.
shocked.
All is fine. We never said you have to take them new.
Are we gonna have to kick her out? Is that
just
a
for
possibility?
that, I'm gonna kick you out. Let's see if I can figure out how to do that. Now, just bear with me. I'm an old lady, so it's gonna take me a while to figure out how to kick you out of here.
I mean, I just think that works out then, because like the photo, I mean, it just matches so well, so I can see like how you dove in. I could just see how you dove in.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, no crying in VP.
No, because I'm in here, so you can't cry.
Oh,
Nor
well,
baseball, but music.
I hope I made her, shed happy tears because I hope she doesn't. I hope she doesn't think we're actually. But yeah, I mean, I just committed for this one because I mean, I feel like it goes perfect. I'm gonna have to look up Robert Frost now. I feel like is he a pretty well known poet? Yeah, I feel like I've heard of him before, but
I'm sure
I'm definitely interested in him now.
Yes.
All right.
Have a nice
Ruby.
read.
Are we
Thank
ready
you.
to move on?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Oh.
Hey,
Go to Last of Us and Eggs.
eggs, yeah.
Okay. This was one I picked. And again, I love this one just because I can see multiple meanings in it. Now, I haven't played this game because I don't like zombies, but
Fair enough.
yeah, but it doesn't mean I can't respect the artistic expression behind it. But I love this. I really do love this piece, Eggs, because Matt Eggs, because it's really beautiful. It's the color palette is just really sort of subtle, works really well together, and I love the distance. It's weird because it's like the distance between her and the curtain, and there's no distance between her and the wall that she's looking for stability from, but yet because of the way the room looks and there's no furniture in it, and the just the not the garbage, but the way it looks, everything's so deteriorating. It's like another distance in time. So to me, when I look at this, I just sort of, I can like interpret so many different concepts of what distance could be.
I think she also looks a bit distant.
Yes. Absolutely, yeah. So you had that sort of expression on her face. It's just beautiful. I just love it. So what were you thinking when you pulled this together? Was this a shot that just happened, or did you have planning behind it, or?
Yeah, appreciate the kind words, first of all. So I was, so there's and I'm not going to spoil anything, even though this was from the first game. As I was saying earlier, I'm very against spoilers. So as I was playing through the first one, I was in preparation for the second one, and I was just going through, and there's a part in the story where Ellie, which is the person in the picture, has a disagreement, like a really big disagreement with Joel, who is the other character in the game. And so I really wanted to capture that. I really wanted to show her, just show her emotion, just kind of show how she's feeling in that moment, just so kind of secluded, and as I was going and trying to take photos, and it was in a different room at the time, and I'm sure maybe you guys have felt this too, I just tried my best to capture it, and it wasn't working out. It wasn't quite fitting for what I wanted to portray. And so I just kind of gave up at that point, and then I was just kind of playing the game, and we came into this room, and there was a whole bunch of supplies in this room. And so during this run through, I decided that I was just going to take the most advantage of this game and just get all the supplies and just really play the game to its fullest. So I was taking quite a long time in this room while I was picking up the supplies and everything. And so it was funny because Ellie had an animation where she essentially just got tired of me getting all these supplies together, and so she hung back on this wall just kind of waiting for me to finish. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. And so the photo mode for The Last of Us is really interesting because it's I don't even know how you call it. It's not a free mode where you can move the camera everywhere. Orbit. Yes, thank you. So it's orbit just around the playable character, which is Joel. And right. so I found it really challenging, and luckily she stayed there for a good bit. But I found it really challenging just to get exactly, you know, how I wanted it framed and everything. So I had to get really close to her, and I didn't want to get too close because she would just move out of the way, and so it was kind of like this little dancing game of me trying to inch my way closer, and then hop into photo mode. But yeah, I was really just trying to capture, you know, that teen punk, you know, phase, and just and I really just wanted to capture her secludedness just because of how distant that she felt towards Joel. And
yeah,
so
and it really comes off because it's really just a, even though it's I would say that would be more sort of game planning, right? So you're Joel, but the game plans like, well, if you're taking too long, then the other character does this. But it's such a beautiful composition, and you've captured it really well. You know, just by, you know, there's nothing more frustrating than having a photo mode that doesn't do what you want it to do. So you come around with like,
I'm playing the second one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even like I'm playing Avengers now, and I'm like, for the love of God, why can't I get close in? This just is so wrong. But you've just captured a really perfect second of that, and it's just a really rich image. I just love how rich it is.
Yeah, thanks.
Very nice, very nice.
I did notice after I was, because I normally take, you know, multiple shots with different filters. So as I was kind of going through deciding which one I wanted, I really liked the windows because in the scene where they had the disagreement, Ellie is like pretty open about what's going on, and Joel is like really closed off and, you know, doesn't really want to talk about what actually happened. And so I thought it was really cool with the windows because one of them is like really, you know, open, and the other is kind of closed off. So I felt like that was really symbolic as to
that's awesome.
Just kind of what was going on in the game. So yeah, that's my brain. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, no, it's just really a beautiful capture, and I really love that whole sort of not dystopian look, but yeah, just sort of that dystopian type of degrading walls and things like that, and which is a really nice contrast with her in the center there. So yeah, I love it.
I have to compliment you like an extra time for shooting Ellie when Joel is your playable character, because I'm playing the second one, and that camera movement, it just kills me. Like it's insane. I cannot deal with that. And I want to take so many pictures of Dina, and it's just not possible. So
I actually,
congratulations
it's funny.
on that.
Thank you so much. I'm pretty weird where I haven't hopped into the photo mode for the second game, just because I like to play the when I get a new game, I just like to play it all the way through just to kind of experience the game. So I have no idea how the photo mode is in The Last of Us 2. Is it the same orbit?
I don't know if it's the same because I haven't played the first one, but it is an orbit. And it kind of moves by itself. Like, I don't know. It's probably magic. It never does what I do with the controls. It's all over the place.
Yeah. Cool.
Tricky.
I appreciate that, guys.
I love the way you have to keep your distances with her, so you can have her.
Right.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty. It was pretty interesting for sure. So yeah.
So many different levels on this. It's cool.
I know.
All right. Sweet. And we go on to Mojo Gamer and Infamous Second Son. Another game I haven't played. All right.
Yeah.
So
this one was just of this image.
Sorry, what?
Sorry.
Did you really?
I just bought it because of this image. I'm like, dadgummit,
oh my god, you did?
I did. When I saw
awesome.
this, I said, I asked Alma, I said, is this from Second Son? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, dang it. I gotta get it. So I just got it. This is beautiful. I'm like, man.
Oh, Mojo, you have a fan in the chat.
Well, if anything, Sucker Punch should be thanking me. So,
Right?
for the free promo there. So,
Right. So I just see you have a fan in the chat. It's Nakoda Rankin.
oh yeah, Nakoda, he's a good friend. What's up?
Sweet. That's so sweet. So this one, it was just really striking. Like it draws you in right away. I mean that's what it says, and it also was titled like Eye in the Distance or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love how it moves your eye around it. Like you don't completely follow that spiral because it loses you at some point, but you kind of start on the right and then go in that bit of a spiral and then swoosh on to that little picture frame with the flowers on it. And then you're stop in the middle and kind of rest in that distant light. So it really moves your eye around the picture. It's very beautiful done. And the colors, I think I don't even have to
those
talk
colors.
about the colors because it's just so yeah. It's just awesome.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite thing about this game are the colors. I mean, this game launched on the PS4, and at the end of the generation, it holds up graphically. And I mean, I just had to stop and take this photo of the neon lights, balancing out the orange glow of the candles on that little memorial there. Yeah, I really I love this game and love how this one turned out, and I'm really happy that you guys liked this one.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. I love how it just really pulls you in. Well, I mean, obviously, but just the movement and then the colors itself really sort of pull you in. And I love the writing. I love just writing and like stuff anyway, like letters and typography and stuff. So I like how that's morphed on the sides and stuff like that. It's beautiful.
So did you take that one specifically for the theme, or was it an old shot from your archive?
I didn't take it for the theme. It was one that I dug up. I know.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry.
Another one? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Give me about 5 minutes and I'm figuring how to like toss you out. Hold on.
I'm so sorry. But I can talk about how I took the picture and how I applied it to the theme.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I feel like I have to defend myself right now.
I'm gonna
Absolutely
tell you
not.
the story. I'm gonna tell you the story I came up with to then fit the theme. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, when I was looking at photos that I could potentially try to use for the theme, this one came up because when I was taking the photo, I was really playing with the focal length and the distance and trying to make this room, which really is not that big of a space in the game. It's like a very small room inside like the Seattle Underground. So just trying to play with the camera in fun different ways, pushing forward while pulling the focal length back to create that illusion of distance, while keeping the focus on that like center point there and using the neon spirals to really make it feel like it's pulling um, pulling you forward, I guess. So that was kind of my thought process and technique going into taking this one.
I love it.
Oh,
I know nothing about this photo mode. Is it particularly hard to use?
I don't think so. It's a little basic by like today's standards, and I feel like it's not. I don't know. It's not bad. It's not bad. You can get a lot of really good stuff in it. And I think the one thing it does really well is it does a really great job of capturing the lighting in the game. Like the lighting is just top notch, and you can get a lot of really cool shots with his different powers and like the lighting and um, rain effects and how that reflects with different colors and fire. And yeah, it's a beautiful game, and you can get a lot of cool stuff like this.
So since Mrs. just got the game, what's a tip you would give her for like this is something the game doesn't tell you and you need to know to get good photos?
Yeah.
Ooh, a tip for good photos. I mean, definitely look at like your light sources. There's a lot of fun stuff to play with. The neon is just one different type of power set that you get, and so you can get a lot of really cool colors there. But there's also a lot of really neat effects around the city, just natural lighting. Either from how it's shining through certain types of glass and the rain and all that, and how that mixes with different neon signs and all the street signs and car lights. The lighting in this game is, I can't stress it enough, it's gorgeous. So you can have a lot of fun, just playing with the camera and trying to get really cool angles.
You're gonna get lost in that game, I know.
Yeah,
It's
Right?
yeah.
I'm like,
so much light.
okay. So I'm gonna have to give up one game because I can only tolerate 2 games in my brain.
Right.
Oh my
Well, it's
God.
definitely worth it.
Okay, well, cool. I can't wait. Well, actually, Patman was telling me about it, and I'm like, yeah, sure. I don't need another game. I still have a lot I need to finish. And then after I saw this, I was like, damn it.
Well, I'm happy I could push you in that direction.
Yeah. I was like, okay, now it's like that. Okay.
I will say that for this photo, like as soon as I saw it submitted, I was thinking, okay, I would be really disappointed if this specific photo did not make it into the theme. And so yeah, I really love this photo. I love how you kept it blurry near the front, and so it really, like, as you're kind of saying, kind of draws you in to like the focal point. And man, kudos, man.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thanks.
For sure.
Just really like mesmerize you with all these colors, etc. They complement each other because it's violet and yellow and orange and red and blue. So yeah, it's a good choice. But the more I'm looking into that photo, I feel like I'm Alice because I'm just want to hope into that hole in the middle. Just get lost.
Totally.
No, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And the color palette, the way the color palette drives you into that center too is really nice.
Yeah, the blue and orange is like my favorite. I know sometimes the color combination there can be like overused in movies and such, but I mean it works so well, and it looks beautiful when those two colors, can come together.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's rich.
I agree.
Sweet.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. Okay. We move on to our last one. I think we do. Oh, come on.
The suspense is real.
There we go.
What could it be?
Aw.
Game.
It's our Patman, who sadly has to work right now.
I know.
Oh.
Poor guy.
So I'll be reading his statement. So this is another one where he's saying he created it in January. He took it in January.
Well, you can't be kicked out now.
I know. I'm like,
Wow.
well, okay. Well, let's all just take a moment and pretend I'm kicking him out.
That's
Okay,
why
it's
he's
gonna
not
take
doing
another
because
5
he knows.
minutes.
That feels a little bit better. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So we're all envisioning it. Oh, disconnect. Okay. So anyway, as he was going through his portfolio, looking at his work to fit this theme, which is I'm so great that he participated, because he doesn't participate in a lot of themes, so it's really great that he decided to do this. But he says that the theme falls into a couple of categories for him. And he likes to take a variety of shots, and so he's also switching styles a lot in the games that he plays, and he likes variety. And so he sort of felt like this theme pushed him to think differently about distance. And as he was going through this image just really kind of stood out to him. It was taken in January with a second playthrough of Odyssey, and he has this like tip that he loves, and he lives by it. I love revisiting an older photo mode after I have played with other photo modes, especially newer ones. It really opens my mind's eye to a particular style I may have overlooked before, which is kind of an interesting way to think about photo modes. And I would have to agree too. Going from photo mode to photo mode, it does, when you like, for me anyway, if I go somewhere, I'm like, oh, I'm comfortable in this photo mode, but now I've done something else in a different photo mode. Can I somehow replicate it? So I thought that was a really neat tip. But this, what I love about this image, which if you guys have seen my feed, you probably already know what that is. But so I'm not going to say it because you could probably put it together. But outside of that, the color really speaks to me. I just love the brightness of it and the tone of the whole thing. And I do love the fact that it obviously represents distance in a multitude of ways. You have the size of the statue versus the size of the main character versus, just the entire largeness of the open world of the ancient Greek period and the temples and stuff like that. And I just love the whole thing and the way it just all plays together, and just visually it's like eye candy. Like, I'm just like, I just want to lick it. It's just really pretty. I just want to roll around in all that yellow, lovely golden glue. So, but it's like, yeah, it's just a really great shot. I think it's just a really good capture.
I think the shot has like one major flaw, like one thing that's just really, really wrong. And that's it's Alexios on that statue and not Cassandra.
Dude, you better not let Rosa hear you. There's gonna be like a Twitter war.
There's gonna be a shitstorm for it. Yeah, I know.
In my head, I'm pretending it's Cassandra, even though she looks a little bit, kind of beefy.
Yeah, right. She's just standing differently.
Well, it is sort of funny when they stand, because they have their stance is so weird. It's like, I really just got to stand here with my legs open. Like, it's just really strange. But yeah.
It's not as awkward as sitting in Red Dead.
Yeah, right.
Like sitting on a chair.
Oh God, that's just not right. Someone needs to fix that. But yeah, so it's just a really beautiful, beautiful, bright photo, and I just love it with the sun and everything.
Yeah, I really love that sun and just how it frames the character. And you can, God, if that sun wasn't there, you probably wouldn't even know that, he was standing there, just because of how far he is from the camera,
Right.
So,
and he had to have done this on a PlayStation, I would think. So I'm amazed at the how he was able to get it so far back. But yeah, I just really like the whole thing. It's just a really nice shot.
I also like how there's like different layers of distance. Like he's distant from the ground,
Absolutely, right.
So like he's very high up, and you know, there's distance with like the city, and then you got like the sky and everything. So I mean, it really does capture a lot. Yeah.
No, it's very spatial when it comes to that sort of thing. Yeah, I like it.
And the birds are nice too. I love the birds.
Yeah, you know, I have
that's
to admit,
really lucky.
yeah, well, Odyssey's really good. They're really good with their whole bird action thing. They birds and butterflies, they're like, if you're gonna take a photo, you're gonna have a bird, a butterfly, or a bug in it. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just, and sometimes it's like, why is there a fly right in the middle of my picture? But at the same time, it's like, okay, I get it. It's cute. It's a fly, you know.
Cute fly.
But yeah, but they're like really good at. They're very impressive with the whole petting birds and everything. But
so
yeah,
all we get in Spider-Man is pigeons. So.
Oh my God, you're right. They do have pigeons.
That's all we get.
That's right. Like, and it's always a pigeon on top of a roof. Like, as soon as he lands, it's like, psh, there's the pigeons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any dogs in that game? There's not even like dogs walking in the. Oh, you're right. They don't even have dogs in there.
And now that you think of it, I never really thought about, you know, people just, you know, walking by with
walking
like,
their dog.
Yeah,
that is weird.
You know, we just get pigeons, and we have, you know, the scorpion villain, but you know.
Right.
I think developers don't put dogs in their game because people always assume they can pet it.
Yeah.
And they get mad if they can't. Point. So yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put a dog in if you can't pet it.
Touche. Yeah, very true.
Well, I haven't been able to pet Squat in the console in Odyssey, which is still such a bummer. Well, I guess I could pet Icarus, but I have tried really way too many times to pet something, and it just doesn't work. You just can't get her to stop, like, I'm going to stand this way with my legs spread. No, I'm going to stand this way with my legs spread. Nope. Sorry, I'm going to do a 360. Just like, give up. Not worth it. No.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
Wait, you can't pet cat even in Odyssey? Because in Origin you was able to pet all the cats.
Right, but there's no cats in Odyssey.
I don't remember.
Have you seen a cat? I haven't seen a cat in Odyssey.
I don't remember.
Lots of dogs.
I don't remember. I was playing it like a year ago, but
I don't remember.
Really don't
I know.
remember.
I mean,
I know about the ones in Origins.
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't seen any cats. There's lots of dogs, leopards, and stuff like that. And ideally, you're supposed to pet. Someone taught me how to pet them if I'm underneath a porch or something. And I'm like, I have to get under a porch because Icarus comes in and blows the whole thing out of the water, right? Icarus is like, no, I am right. So then her urge to pet something, I'm like, you know, that's just too much work. I have to find a porch.
But you're gonna have, or you can have a cat on your ship in Valhalla.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I need a fan. I'm just about to pass out. That is.
As a cat person,
I am like
I'm
super
really
excited right now, and it's not even funny.
Yeah,
oh my God.
And they call it Cat Raider.
Oh
God, we lost her.
Oh my God! Does it please tell me it has a little metal suit, like a metal helmet?
No, it doesn't have a metal suit.
No.
Dang. I want an animal with armor. I just want an animal with armor. That would be so badass.
Can you pet the cat?
Of course,
you can pet him?
You can pick it up. You can pick it up and then you carry it to your boat, and then it's like in your boat.
That's too much. No more. Don't tell me anymore.
She's not gonna assassinate anybody. She's just gonna chill with
oh
her
my
cat
God!
on the boat.
I will never get anything done. It'll just be like, what? I've only spent 20 hours petting a cat and taking 500 photos of it. What's your problem?
You have to do a side mission to get it.
Oh, damn. Okay, well that's okay. Well, I'll do it.
Cat is worth it.
Yeah, it would be worth it if I could sit there and pet and hug a cat and take photos of it. They better have a really good photo mode. I mean,
right.
I'm sorry. I think I'm about to have a heart attack. That's so exciting. Well, I've already
Okay.
told Alma. I said you won't see me for a year when that game
fully
comes out.
understand you because like as a cat person, I also was so oh my god,
Right?
yes, cat on the boat, yes.
I know. Well, when I saw that there were cats in Origin, I never finished Origins, but I got through the tutorial and then I was like, bored. But when I've seen photos of the cats, I'm like, oh my god, I may have to
Jeez.
pick that game back up just to play that. But the thing is I'm not a big fan of. Oh god, I'm not even gonna say it because it'll like.
Well, we're gonna
upset
have two
Twitter.
shitstorms then.
Yeah. I just I was like, if I have to see this dude's back again, I just can't do it. No. But well, this was great, guys.
We have one more
Thank you
thing.
so much for submit. We do. I thought Peter was
we
last.
don't have one more. We don't have one more picture, but the new theme.
Oh yeah. That's right. Okay, carry
I'm
on.
kind of waiting for this.
Oh, so someone's
Here we
excited.
go.
That's good.
We need a drum roll. That's not a
I'm
good
waiting
drum
for you
roll.
every month.
I don't think my mic can pick it up.
All right. We imagine in a drum roll.
Okay.
Drum roll.
Ooh.
I'm all about it.
There we go.
Ooh.
Fluidity. Now we went completely crazy. Like we just throw everything we have at you, and every sort of interpretation you can think of.
That's a
We are
challenge,
amazing.
and
I
that's cool.
don't think I've ever seen a theme quite like that before. So that I'm really interested to see everybody's
That's a
take on that.
compliment.
Yeah, this is
Okay, so
exciting.
this is what we're hoping. No, I'm kidding. You guys can do whatever you want. But like next time it's like, I really had to think hard and then I took photos for this. No, I'm kidding.
I'll see what I can
work
do.
for
I
it.
worked on 2, so I had 4, and I worked on 2, but not the 4th. So I have 50% of it.
Good.
And we
Good.
love
It's worth
we
it.
love your 50%, 150%. It was
Oh,
beautiful
thank you.
and perfect.
Oh, thank you. You're perfect.
Aw.
Thanks, I already knew that then.
Now we're gonna cry.
Oh,
All this
I'm gonna
fluidity
call my
going around.
cat in Valhalla Hedda. We hug it.
That's
You don't
actually a
have-
pretty awesome name then.
It really is. I was gonna say,
Yes.
actually, yeah.
thank you.
It's very perfect. Well, this was great. You guys did such a great job. Thank you so much for submitting and for your excitement and your thoughts. I mean, this was just so fun. We loved the whole thing.
This was fun. I just want to have a
It
shout
is.
out to our hosts for just for getting this all together and just allowing all the virtual photography community to just come in and just share their thoughts. I really love this series, so I'm really excited for what's to come.
That's so
And
sweet.
I feel like you two specifically are like one of the core members of the VP community. So I just want to send a
nice.
shout out to you guys, just not for your photos, but just like how you guys interact with everybody, just being encouraging and uplifting. And I think that's such a needed thing in any community. So I just want to commend you guys just for starting this up, and
thank
I had a lot of
you.
fun.
Thank you
having
so
me on.
much. That's so
Aw.
sweet.
When I joined the first your streaming, it was like, I'm doing something on YouTube. I need to watch it. I literally, I not gonna lie, but I every time checking your Twitter when it's not popping on my Twitter feed was, is there any new videos from you or not?
I'm gonna
Because
pass
it's
out.
amazing. No.
This
So you
was
told me to
just so
come
much
because
fun.
you told me to come because you didn't want to cry if I didn't come. So you
Right.
cried. So now you're crying and I'm still here.
Okay, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, you're right. I'm a big girl. Well,
Yes, you are.
technically I'm not. I'm actually tiny, but
Was so
Big in spirit.
grown up, sort
Yes.
of.
You're tiny girl with a small chair.
Here we
So you
say
can-
whatever is small is cute.
Right.
Yes.
The smaller is the cutest.
Yeah.
but fierce.
No.
Yes, because the smallest person just came and knock you knock your ankle or bite your knee.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we
they
can't reach
can
any
take your
higher.
feet out.
Oh,
They
your
can take you
feet.
down by your feet.
I understood fears. So no.
All right, guys, this was awesome. This was so much fun. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much, guys, for
Thank
hosting this.
I
you.
appreciate it.
Yes.
You
This
guys
was so much
rock.
fun.
That's awesome. We love to hear that. And hope to catch you on Twitter and hope that you join our next team again and maybe see you then here again.
Yeah.
For sure.
right.
Fingers crossed. I'll keep submitting.
Oh,
Awesome.
awesome. Yay!
I feel like for this theme, I feel like you were right, Miss Dills. Like you're gonna get a lot of new photos because I don't feel like a lot of people have something under this category. So
Yeah, this is gonna be cool.
I'm really interested for sure.
Gonna be exciting. All right. Well then, to all a good night and see ya. Bye.
Bye.
See